Okay, I'm back. Let's zoom out a little. Hi. Oh, let me tell you, there was no excuse for that last drop. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happening here. And I have zoomed away so you can see this entire mind map. Did you guys see Aunt Beck's Happy Mail? Did you see the Happy Mail? I don't know where it dropped off on me because I was chattering away. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. I think a part of this is the internet. I don't think it's... You saw the mail. Okay, good. Then I won't get that out again because I put it away. Let's finish with my mind map here while I can. I was talking about my family. Basically, my mom and dad had passed away. I miss them like crazy. I have an older sister who passed away. I have an older brother and a younger brother. Now, I was telling where my older brother has a son, and I'm not going to give names, but he's married and I have a grandniece that I adore. And you'll hear me talk about her from time to time. We just saw her at Easter. She's so cute. I love her. So that's kind of my family. Now let's talk about my art, because this is an art channel. Let's talk about my art. You know, I like to draw. I think drawing is my skill. I think that's where I excel at drawing. It always has been drawing, but I like all types of art. You know, I like my art journaling. I like to mind map, and I'm going to include that in my art because I really learned about mind mapping from Dede Willingham. That's where I learned all about mind mapping. So I'm going to include it under art for myself. I like to paint, although I don't paint as much as I used to because I don't have the wall space, but now I'm putting those canvases in my art journal. So I'm getting back into painting. I like to glue book. I like to do a lot of glue booking. My art style, I call it illustrative. Even when I do sketching and when I go urban sketching, even when I paint, I tend to be very illustrative. I'm not a photorealistic person. I don't like, I don't say I don't like, I like all forms, but I don't do a lot of abstract. I don't do a lot of photorealism. I like still lifes, but I call my style illustrative. I always get the question, people when they're getting to know me say, did you have formal art classes? That question bothers me more than anything, I think, because to me, it doesn't matter whether you had formal art classes or not. Because for me, I think my art was something I learned on my own. But yes, I did. I'm going to put art training. I did take art classes, but I hesitate there because I picked up some things, but I don't attribute my art training to my art talent. I think my talent is separate from the training. Yeah, you pick up things but you pick up things on the internet. So I don't want to say I was formally art trained. I did study art, but I don't want to go into it too much because I talk negative about it. It is what it was. I was younger. I was growing up. I was finding myself. So I do not have a positive reaction to my art training. I have a very negative reaction to it. I do better on my own. Let's put it that way. There were some teachers that I really liked. A couple teachers, not very many. I had a couple teachers. I had a drawing teacher that I really liked, and I had a pottery teacher that I really liked, and I had a painting teacher that I liked as people. But the rest of the art training, I don't have a very positive things to say about it. But there are a lot of things into that because, well, at that time, the Vietnam War was going on. Our country was in a state of, you go to university, it's weird. It's just weird. You're growing up, you're finding yourself. It wasn't like, okay, I'm going to go to art school and get this art background and become an artist. It wasn't like that for me at all. So art training, I just can't go into it more than that. I just have a negative reaction to that. So what do I like to do? Well, I told you I excel at drawing, but I like mixed media a lot. I like art journaling. I got that there. I like a lot of mixed media. But I like to explore too. And I'm going to include this under art, although it's not art in the sense of we think of painting and drawing. I did a lot of needlework. I designed a lot of needlework in between 1999 and 2008. And I'm calling it needlework, not cross stitch. Needle cross, needlework. And Dede Willingham did some needlework designs. She was showing a chart that I think she had some that were published. I find out as freebies. I had a blog. I called it The Meri Wanderer. I took it down, which was a mistake because somebody grabbed it and grabbed some of my designs or made me mad. Never, if you publish a blog, never take it down. Never just destroy it. Just let it sit. Even if you take down your articles, don't just let your blog sit because people can do dirty things. They can grab it and they can grab some of your stuff. And just speaking from experience, just let your blog sit out there for perpetuity. But yeah, I did a lot of needlework. I did a lot of crocheting. So I consider that, I designed some charts, mostly freebies, a lot of scissor designs. I liked half dolls. I'm going to put scissors and half dolls. This is in the 90s and the early 2000s. Scissor charts and half dolls. I liked my half dolls. I did a half doll alphabet. That was pretty popular out there. But when I started seeing my charts show up on internet sites in Korea, I started getting I'm going, stop stealing it. I love you, but stop stealing my art. So a lot of good things get misused. So I did a lot of crochet. I'm just teaching myself things that I want to learn. And here's what I want. I really want to emphasize going for the new skills, going to teach yourself, learn new skills. And this is a goal I have for myself. Right now, I'm teaching myself how to knit. Here I am in my late 60s. Knitting. I'm spelling knitting wrong. And I'm just learning how to knit. Now, last night, I knitted, and I'm really proud of it. It was really pretty. I was very consistent. It all looked good, but it was a stockinette stitch. And, it was good, but I tore it all out because it was rolling up on me. So I started going out to YouTube to see what could I prevent. How do I quit this rolling up for me on my stockinette stitch? And I'm going, it's not me. It happens. It happens to everybody. And they were showing all different ways to prevent it from rolling up. Well, in order for me to save that, I probably would have had to attach a piece, which I really didn't want to do. So I tore it all out, and I'm going to start again. So that's my knitting progress. That's a new skill that I'm learning. I also would like to do some echo dyeing. I was watching Rosemary Morris last night. I want to do some echo dyeing where you're using natural plants and everything to dye your papers. I want to make some walnut ink, as you just asked me about that. Welcome to everybody who's come back in on part 3. Thank you, Lynn, for putting that there. Self-taught with formal training. I want to make some walnut ink. You saw me making those alcohol inks. That's something that I just kind of got into. I want to use up my old markers. Where else do I want to go with my learn new skills in art? Well, those are 3. I'm not sure. I'm doing the storytelling with my art. I'm doing the doodling. I'm not sure. I think those are the 3 that I'm concentrating on, and that's enough, really. I love art history. I love history in general, but I like to read about art history. So I'm just going to put it down here. What period do I like the most? I think I'm going to put it here. I like the Impressionists because I think, like I said up here, I'm very illustrative with my art, and I think that it falls more into Impressionism than realism or any abstract or any of the other styles out there. I think I fall more into Impressionism, like when I paint. So what else do you want to know about me? Art is the main thing. I told you all my favorites. I kind of touched on my family. What do you want to know? Is there anything you guys want to know that I haven't chatted about? I could fold this like this and be done with it. Let's look at chat. I'm kind of at a standstill here on my mind map. I might add some more later. Let's see. Hi, Mina. Good morning. Oh, here, let's chat about, I know what we can do. Let's draw a line this way and this way. Let's talk about my YouTube channel. Let's talk about the TheMeriAtelier. I can talk about that. The TheMeriAtelier YouTube channel. That's my YouTube channel. So I started my channel in June of 2013, I believe. So June of 2013. And I started with an introduction video that was very, I read it. It's very, it's very uncomfortable. Well, I was not relaxed at all. You know, I learned a lot since then, and I had an old phone that I was using. Bus 4 just went past. The kids don't look too happy this morning. Oh, what was a favorite trip and why? Oh, okay, let's put that. Let's put a miscellaneous category in here. If I can get one in here. We'll put miscellaneous facts. Down here. This will help fill it out. So favorite trip and why? Oh my goodness. I'm not a world traveler. But you know what I think my very favorite trip was? When my parents moved from Texas up to Nebraska when I was younger. So I'm gonna put moving with family, moving from Texas to Nebraska. My dad would live down in Texas, worked down in Texas for my uncle for a couple years, and then we moved back to Nebraska. But we drove back as a family, and I think that's why, because we were together. We never took a lot of family vacations, but that was the closest thing to a family vacation that I remember. I'm going to put family vacation because we were all together in the car, and we drive by these big oil fields, you know, the big oil, you know, the big oil, you'd see the oil fields with the pumps going up and down, but the oil processing, I forget what you call them now. Not on the top of my tongue, but I'm just going to put oil fields. And all those dairy, you know, not the derricks, the big processing plants, you know, they'd have all the lights at night. The lights. When we were kids, What's going on, Aunt Beck? My work comes from your area. Spring break is over. We started spring break on Good Friday. Refinery. Yes. Thank you, Lori Loves. Refinery. That was the word. At night. Because my dad drove. Well, I remember driving in the day, but you know, you have to think in the 1950s, the speed limit was probably 55. So it took us some time to come from Texas to Nebraska. But the reason I loved it so much is because we were a family and all of us were in the car. That was the closest thing to a family vacation that I remember. Well, we'd drive by all these refineries at night, and all those lights would be on, and we'd always say to Mom, wake us up when we go by, you know, when we see the lights, wake us up for the lights, because we loved seeing all those lights. That was a big thing for us when we were kids. So that was kind of my favorite vacation, I would say. Now, I've had other vacations where, like, I went on a needlework tour to England with a bunch of needleworkers. I enjoyed that. And I've been to Mexico with a church group. We went down there for a week, and I enjoyed that. We went to different places in Mexico, got to see different cultures back then. And then other vacations was staycations. I love just staying at home, especially when I worked. When I worked, just to have some time off was a big deal. Yeah, it's a stinky eyesore. The refinery is a stinky eye. I imagine it is stinky. But I want to go back to my YouTube channel. I started it in June of 2013. And my first video, it's up there. It's still up there today, my introduction video. I read it. I was very uncomfortable. You can tell I'm uncomfortable. It wasn't just me talking to you. It was me reading to you. I didn't know what I was doing. I learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I had an old camera. I've gone through 3 cameras since then, and now I'm on the webcam, which I love. But art, the focus is art. It has an art focus. I love to do the mind mapping. And did I put mind mapping on here? I think I did. I love to do the mind mapping. I love to do drawing and the doodling, the art journaling. But I do not do a lot of tutorials. I don't do tutorials. My reaction to tutorials are, there are a lot of experts out there. I don't claim to be one. If you want instruction in art, go take some art classes from some of the teachers out there. There are a lot of good teachers on YouTube. I like to share. I focus on the sharing of what I'm doing. That's what I focus on. I like to do different projects. I love challenges. I love art challenges, which keep me busy. I love to live stream. I started live streaming. I think I'm into my 2nd year of live streaming. I love to live stream. I probably do more live streaming than I do standalone videos these days, because I can just get on and you see me work, and I don't have to edit the videos. I used to put a lot of music in my videos and put a starting segment and an art segment, an ending segment. I don't do that anymore. I think I've become more relaxed in the last couple years. I like to collaborate. I love the collaboration. Right now, I've been doing a lot with not formal collaboration, but Becky and Tanya and Lisa, Beth Schuler, Jeri at Recycle Parts for Art. We work together kind of as a group. I mean, like if Becky does her Dirty Dozens on Wednesday night, I'm there. Lisa does her Pick 10s. Tanya McGuire does her Totally Junk journals. You guys keep me busy. Beth Schuler just finished with the JB5. So I like to collaborate. And speaking of collaborations, we've got one up with B. Grob on the 26th of April. And she does a mystery envelope where she sends everybody that's collaborating with her a mystery envelope with art supplies. And then we take that and we create a project with it. So for that, this coming Friday, mine goes live at 10 a.m. Central Time, and I think 11 Eastern Time. So I like to collaborate. Let's see, what else about my YouTube channel? I talked about the live streaming. I like the doodling. I've gotten into those doodle art games that I want to do more. I like the art games, although I probably follow them more than I do them. I do the storytelling. Maisie and Bandit. Maisie, T-E-O, those are L's. Storytelling, and there's little Maisie as one of my fictional characters. I haven't talked too much about her lately. And then I've gotten into my Fibsville, Fibsville, my storytelling about Bandit and the Lead Pencil Criminal and Fibsville art get together. So who knows where that will go in the future? Who knows where my YouTube channel will go? It may go off in other directions. I don't know. There, I filled up my mind map. Oh, Zoom. Yes, thank you, Aunt Beth. Zoom. Well, I have to put Zoom here. Zoom probably could fall under, it's with my YouTube channel, but it's probably, well, yeah, I'm going to put Zoom, but under here with the YouTube channel, because that's where it got its start. But Zoom is an entire different thing. Zooming. And do you know the Zoom company itself just went public? They are a very successful technology company. Their stock just went up to like what, $68 a share, and they just had their IPO. Very successful company. I would I wish YouTube would collaborate with them, because their software, their video conferencing software is tops. So, but I collaborate with Jeri at Recycled Parts for Art, RP4A, and we do mini art retreats on the third week of every month. But hangouts, yeah, we got more to do here. We got hangouts. I need to hang out more. I've done one hangout with Tanya and Lisa, but it was on a Tuesday night, so I couldn't talk. But I want to do a hangout with Beth Schuler, and I'd like to hang out with Jeri sometime, and Linda. Of course, now Linda's going on her trip, so Linda McAllister really kind of got me started on the hangout thing. So, but the Zoom is the third week in of the month, usually on a Saturday, but now we're trying to put a few of them during the week too, because some people can't come on Saturdays. So they're kind of like mini art retreats. And we try to get somebody to teach a project we meet from 1 to 3 Eastern time. So the project is not a big, long, involved thing, but we get together and we can, on this Zoom video conferencing software. And if you're curious about this, look in my description box below. You can see a calendar and a place where you can sign up for it. So, yeah, Jeri and Meri collaborate on the Zoom mini art retreats. Yes, that comes under collaboration, kind of. Well, I know it comes under challenges. Do I have challenges in here? Challenges, the acrylic April, painting challenge, and the faces. What do they call that? The faces challenge. What is that called? I'm just going to put faces. There's a face challenge that Ayalia, I stumble over her name. Ayalia Art does a faces challenge in February and September. Aunt Bex does her dirty dozens. Pick tens. And I'm going to put my doodle games here because that's kind of a challenge in a way. The doodle game. I have more that I want to do with that. And I have another challenge that I want to do, but we won't go into that. So this actually is coming into down in here. All right. No, there's no dust under my tools. There's no dust under my tools. So that's kind of, there's more. Oh, there's always more. I love to read. I haven't even got into the books that I read. I like to walk. I like to garden. Let's put my hobbies. Let's put hobbies up here. Oops. My ink pens are getting dry here. Let's put hobbies. I'll be quick on this. But I like to walk. I need to do more walking. I like to walk. I like to read. I loved going to the library. Of course, art. And believe it or not, I like to crochet and knit. I haven't gotten, you know, I should put quilting down here because I'm not a quilter. I'm going to put quilting down here. I may not do, that's quilting. I may not do a big formal quilt, but I like to do some little pieces. Maybe, what did they call that? What, meditative quilting, maybe? Meditative quilting, where they do those little pieces. I'd like to do some of that. But I like to crochet, although I haven't done a lot of it recently, but it's one of my hobbies. What else? I like to garden. I love my flowers. And I'm going to put flowers here because I'm more of a flower person than a vegetable person. I like to shop. I love to go thrifting. That's kind of a hobby. I love country drives. I love urban sketching. I don't have urban sketching on here. Wait a minute. We need some more arrows. We need more arrows here. Urban sketching. Is this the right pen? What am I doing here? What did I do with that other one? Urban. What time is it getting to be? We've got 15 minutes. Urban sketching. My pens are getting scratchy drying. So, there you go. There's the Meri mind map. I did a complete one here. Now, I did that without telling you a lot of personal information. Maybe my family got kind of personal there, but not with their names and their, you know, just kind of tell you who my family is. So there you go. That's all about Meri. So there you go, Dede. Part 3, I finished it. And here's Dede's picture. See, nothing soaked through. This is all Dede's writing over here. That's all her questions over here. So there's one more thing I want to do before. Now, what I'll probably do to this is fold this back up. Dede sent this to me folded. I'll probably fold it back up and put it in my art journal, but when I fold it up, I want the bunny to show. So I'm just going to take and put it over on my desk. The next thing that I want to do won't take me long. I'll just start it. You know how I made those Inkahalls? Well, you know how I said I have all these black markers and I should just put them in a big bottle? Well, this is probably about half full. This is the first alcohol I've had around for quite a while. I'm just going to take some of these old markers that I have. That's a Sharpie. I don't know if I'll do that. That's the ink pens I probably won't do until later, but they're getting dry. The Sharpie I won't do. There's a white gel pen. Let's see if that will work for me. I'll keep that. I'm going to pull out all these 10 plus gears. And I'm going to start breaking them apart and just throwing them in that alcohol. And then when I want some, I'll pour it from here into a spray bottle. But I've started throwing all my old markers and pens in this. This was a CD case. Let's see. Let's go through it this way. Some of these are still good. That's a Faber-Castell. That's a Sharpie, an R2. Some of these aren't ready to toss. That's a Sharpie I want to keep. I don't want to break it down because it'll take me forever. So I'm just going to kind of go through here and pull some of these markers out. And I'm going to get my pliers out. I've got about 10 minutes to do this. Let's see how far I can get. But I got more markers than this. But I'm going to start getting rid of these markers because they still got juice in them, but they're too dry to actually do anything decent with them as far as doing art. And they're not expensive, so I don't mind. That one I just kind of even pulled off the and I don't know how this cap comes off. I think I took my knife to those. Let's put the big ones, the flat ones away. I'll deal with those later. A pen. Let's do some of these. I know what I'm doing while I only have 10 minutes. And I'm just going to go through all my old markers now, my black ones, because I use these more than anything. And I'm just going to throw them as I use them into this bottle of alcohol. And then I'll have black ink until the end of time. Black spray ink. But you know, I might be able to add a little black with a color and make a shade of a color. I mean, you can experiment with those things. So I'm going to get my hands all yucky dirty. I cleaned them the other day. I cleaned them good the other day before we went out to eat, but they're going to get black and dirty again. Well, this stuff is rolling away on me. So this is the last thing I'm going to do today. I wanted to show you my do-si-do, but I guess I'll show that tomorrow morning. I need to finish it up. My pages. I'm working on my pages. I got all my dictionary pages cut, the little squares cut out. So I'm just going to start dropping these in, just like this, if it'll go in there. I might need to stuff them down with a paintbrush thing. And yeah, so I want to get the do-si-do book all ready to go for tomorrow night so we can bind it. I don't want those things, my small journals that we do with those hangouts, I don't want them sitting around forever with not being done. I want to finish them. And I finished my tube book. I didn't do a flip of it yet, but it's all done. It's all bound and everything. Now I want to get the do-si-do one done too. And I'm not going to read chat until I get done with this, because I want to finish this. I got a few minutes left here. I think I can get this done if I hurry before Dede comes on. And I really apologize for the part 1, 2, and 3 this morning. Part of it was my fault, but I think some of it is the fault of the internet too. This last time that it fell for part 3, I think that was internet stuff because my computer had enough charge on it. It lost its connection. It lost the connection. I had to restart. But this way I can get rid of all these ink pens as I use them up. The black ones especially. I go through these black ones like crazy. And if they made white ones, Pen Plus Gear should make some white ones. White markers. They don't make the white markers. Be nice if they did. Faber-Castell makes white ones, the biggie markers. They're pretty expensive. They cost $7 or $8. $6, I guess, for the biggies. But their Faber-Castell white markers are nice ones. They're nice. I use them. Haven't used them in a long time, but I have used them. Ew. Meri, I thought you were going to put gloves on. Well, I was, but I did this at the last minute. See, look, it's already black in there. And I did 3? I did 3. So I'll have black ink until the cows come home. Well, I'm going to put it in, I'll pour it into a little spray bottle and use it that way. Come on. And I suppose this black sprayed through a stencil would be pretty on a white paper. Maybe I'll do some of that tomorrow morning just to show you. And you could probably combine it with some colors. Maybe I'll combine it with a color, just put a teeny bit of black from here and combine it with like a blue or green and make a tonal color. You don't want a whole lot of black because that would, oops, I didn't cut that. I forgot to cut that. Oh, well, there's plenty there. It isn't like it's not going to get soaked into black there. I'm going to do all of these. How much time do I have left? I have 4 minutes left. I've got 3 markers left, 2 markers left. Let's see if I can get them done. Ew. Messy, messy. Good thing I'm not going anyplace today. I'm hungry. I need some breakfast. I think I'm going to make up a batch of waffles and freeze them. And then if I want something good for breakfast other than cornflakes, I can go make me a waffle, heat it up in the microwave. And I'm going to make them from scratch. All right, I got 2 more here. And then I'll do these chisel tip. I think I have to take my knife to those chisel tip ones. And I don't like to do that online. I kill myself. You just kind of twist these off for these pen plus gear. The Sharpies aren't as easy to get. The Sharpies you might have to take your knife to break it open. But these pen plus gear ones twist off generally. This one's being stubborn now that I'm telling you. Come on. There. Yeah, tomorrow I think I'll mix some of this black ink with a color and see what I can get. Just a bit of it, because you don't need a lot of black. Just kind of tone down your color and make a shade. I'll have black ink to last me until I'll never use all of this, but it's better than throwing. This one looks like it's pretty good yet, but I'm going to go ahead and use it because it was in the bucket. I put it in the bucket for a reason. This is the last one. This is the last one. And then I'll look at chat and I got 2 minutes. Bye, Anya. My clock says I have 2 minutes. I can do this in 2 minutes. I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast. There's 1, 2, 3. Ew, that had a lot of juice in it. All righty. Where's my lid? Put the lid on it. Shake her up. Black ink. I'll put it in a spray bottle tomorrow. I'm going to put all of these in a sack. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with them all, but all right, let's look at chat. Aunt Beck says, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I got to run. Bye, Aunt Beck. Oh, you're going to have to get your camera repaired. Okay. Lynn J says, good morning, Meri. I've been lurking. I'll have to go back and watch part 1. Good morning, Lynn. Bye, Anya. Bye, Sharon, Marlo. Unlock me, please. I thought maybe you turned off for Easter. Cheryl laughed. Oh, Dede is on. Okay, well, she must come on a little early because mine says exactly 7:30. So thank you all for coming and putting up with my day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day, and if you have some time, do some art.